'Cause cats, no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one
Boo! Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween week. Does that scare you?
You scared me.
I'm the real estate bandit.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Well, you have a witch hat.
I know. I'm like, who do you want to work with more, the bandit or the witch?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got your choice.
Depends on who's going to advocate for you more, the bandit or the witch.
I think I win.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But then we've got the princess running the show.
I'm Rapunzel with
Oh.
a haircut.
Oh, yeah. And curtain bangs.
Yep. Oh, really bad ones.
The episode where Rapunzel got curtain bangs. Yeah. Well, happy Halloween week, guys.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
I know. I've been eating candy a lot, though, lately.
I have two. Your mom needs to get that out of the office. I mean, our broker.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yep, my mom.
Yeah. Okay, let's dive into this.
Introduce the show.
I am going to introduce the show. There's so many producers.
Oh,
so
my
many.
gosh. I don't know what to do.
Only
my
Gilman
hands.
over here can tell us what to do.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's Halloween week. This is Put a Fork in It, Grand Forks' favorite talk show without a guest today. My name's Courtney Barstead-Logan. I'm a realtor with Remax Grand and Grand Cities Living on the Gram and Facebook. Take it away, witch.
I'm the witch, the wicked witch of the north. I'm Kimmy Efda, some days. No, or the witch.
Her assistant just gave her applause for that.
Yeah. I'm My Grand Cities on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm going to throw it over to our producer, Rachel.
I'm Rachel. I waved again.
Hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
There is a video.
Yeah. I'm Kim's assistant, getting my
Whoop, whoop.
license. Actually, hopefully I'll have my license.
You might have your
You might, this is pre-recorded, everybody.
Yep. You might have it by now.
We hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to be like, not Kim's assistant anymore.
Knock on
Bop, bop, bop.
No, I'll still be her assistant.
Oh, okay. Womp, womp, womp. Yeah. But you'll be licensed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So today we wanted to talk about things that aren't so spooky. Your
Yes.
kids think, do you think, like, do your kids like Halloween?
Yes, I actually used it
Yeah, you did.
recently.
You did.
I used it to tell my daughter if she didn't get out of the car at daycare that she was not going to Halloween. And she got out of my car, and Rachel saw this. I drug her to the door of daycare. Like, I'm the witch, so I get to do that. So, yeah, my kids love Halloween.
She was like, well, I got out of the car, but I'm not doing anything more.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty much make me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that you're like, I'm going to take away to Halloween, it's a big deal because Halloween is on a Sunday, which means there's like so many trunk or treats.
Yeah, oh my God, it's like overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
There's going to be one here at the Grand Cities Mall. Like, I think there is every year.
Yeah. I
Wait,
know.
Not real trick-or-treating?
Well, they do that too. It's everything. It's
Yeah.
the trunk or treat, the trick or treat. The church has a treat. Like,
Yeah.
there's a
So you
treat.
can like trick or treat out of someone's, like cars line up instead of kids going to houses because not every house will do it. So you know for sure every car is giving away something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
have a-
insane.
Where's the place to go in Grand Forks?
Reeves Drive?
Okay, I've
Oh,
heard
right
Reeves
across from
Drive.
there.
Yeah, but the loop on 41st
yeah.
and Star, that's I did that last year, and it was really cold. But it's that year and the year before, it was hopping. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, not my neighborhood.
And last year was kind of interesting. Like, everything was a trunk or treat, or you drive through. They like PVC pipe things to you,
Oh, yeah,
so
they
you didn't
drop.
get so far away. It might be that again this year with everything going on, but yeah, I hope not. But
It was so cold.
it was really cold last year.
Yeah, my uni costume. Kim and I, if you're just joining the show for the first time ever, we were unicorns last
we have
year.
unicorns.
We had them as our PPE, so we could show houses in our unicorn costumes. But so I wore it last year, and I was like, "Ugh," it was so windy. I was like slow mowing it down the street. I lost my fan. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, no.
It was bad. So yeah, so trick or treat. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be a good time. But we look for pumpkins and ghosts on our way back from daycare all the time, and I love saying like spooky. To to my son.
Yeah, when we drive to daycare, there's that one house on the way to daycare, and our kids go to the same daycare. So when we drive by, Otto covers his eyes, going, "I'm scared. I don't want to go to Alicia's house." And I'm like, "Oh, is Alicia scary?" He's like, "No, the house down the street is scary.
Yeah.
It has like gravestones and
Yeah. Alistair, like, he digs spooky stuff all of a sudden. I'm like, I don't like Halloween's cool, but I like the fun side of it. So, but he like digs ghosts and spooky things.
My kids are all about zombies this year. Like zombies. Like we don't watch anything with zombies. I'm like,
weird.
what?
Yeah.
Where's this zombie thing coming from? So.
What are they're going to be? Well, it is Halloween week. Should we talk about it afterwards, what they're going to be?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe we can bring photos. Yeah. I have a theme going. So every year I would dress my dogs up. And then when my son came, then it became a thing. So his first year he was Woodstock and I was Snoopy. And then we had the Red Baron and the Great Pumpkin. So now this year I've got another theme going.
Yeah.
So
It'll be fun to show pictures.
I know. Do you dress your dogs up, Rachel? Your dog?
Well, this will be her first. No, I guess last year was her first Halloween, but we were in Texas, so we didn't do anything.
I've got costumes. Yeah. How big is your dog?
She is 60 pounds.
Oh, I might have some options.
We got her a costume. It was like $50, and it didn't fit, so now it's just a toy.
Well, I have 15 years worth of costumes, and some
Oh
years
my
times
gosh.
2. So if you need anything,
We do.
yeah,
I don't even know what we're doing for Halloween.
it's a Sunday.
Well, I'm sure in Grand Forks it will start on the 23rd. So it will start a week ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then it will go through the whole week. And then Sunday will be the last.
Well, the 29th, or no, the 30th is the hockey game down in
Oh,
Nashville.
yes.
So there'll be that. So I'm sure it'll be busy. And I don't know if football's here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the week of Halloween. We don't know the week yet.
I know.
What?
I don't know if I'm coming or going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. Okay. So we wanted to talk today about things in real estate that don't have to be spooky. And you have to say that every time.
Spooky.
Yeah. You have to say it just like that every time.
But I'm the witch. You're
Yeah,
the
that's
bandit.
true. Okay. Yeah. So, and this has come up a lot lately with people looking. Our market's kind of, it's funky, right? Everyone still thinks it's a wild seller's market, which it is in certain price ranges. You know, it just depends on the price range. So, things that don't have to be spooky are your finances. Let's be honest, some folks have some spooky finances.
Yeah.
We can't change that, or credit. But working through that, I think, is a lot of times like the biggest hurdle for people is the talking to a lender. Like, how do I get started? And what does that look like? And maybe my credit isn't amazing, or I don't qualify for a certain type of financing that is required by like a condo building, you know, or something like that. And it's really getting in touch where I know we all work really hard to get them lined up with the right lender that's going to be able to help them and say, here's what's going on. So we've worked with people that'll come in and say, maybe my credit's not the best, here's where I want to be. A lender can look at that and say, hey, if you can pay off what's left of your car, or if you can pay off this credit card, next month let's relook at this. Or, you know, hey, in 6 months with your student loans or how things are looking, they can guide that.
Yeah. And that's I always kind of, the lender can be scary. I mean, you like, even when you're buying a home, it's like, oh crap, they have to go through all this stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's not as spooky as it sounds, because they do sit there and they help you, they coach you, and they want you to succeed too. So it's always nice to have that cheerleader as a lender too.
Yeah. And it's for sure the right lender. I mean, I don't know how many times we say this to people, but it's the right lender, because you could go to a certain lender and they could say like, oh, sorry, you have X credit, bye, toodaloo. Like, it's been nice talking to you. And we've heard of, you know, some lenders saying like, we don't need the business, or we aren't accepting new clients. And so it's getting pointed in the right direction. There's some lenders or some clients where it's like, what's your credit score? Like, what's your goal? And we know here's where you might be best, you know, fit.
Yeah.
Here's some names, give them a call, and we can help with that. So
Yeah, and I just with the lenders too, like about some of them not taking new clients.
Yeah.
I've heard one story where one lender is like, I won't take any new clients for 6 months.
I know.
And I'm like, excuse me, are you in Grand Forks? Do you work? And they do. They're a local lender. And I was like, that is insane. You can find a different lender. You might bank there, but let's find you a different lender in town that wants you to get into a home sooner than 6 months.
And they're not all the same, where one might say, I can't get you to, say, conventional financing with what we've got. Another one might say, yeah, let's get it figured out, and here's how we can do it. So, you know, one door closes, we can help you see what those options look like. So
And they're good people.
don't let it be spooky.
And the next spooky thing that comes up many times, I didn't say it as good as Courtney, is prepping your home for sale and staging. It is, I mean, I always kind of tell sellers, when your home goes on the market that first day, it is that first impression. And making that first impression on the first date can make or break your sale. So I always try to make sure that we prep the home, get it ready for the professional photos, because we can put the home on the market with one image, but the major sites out there that the buyers search on sometimes don't grab the new images if we wait like 3 weeks to get your home on the of the photos on the market. So the staging part doesn't have to take that long. And I always kind of say to my sellers, staging your home is cheaper than a price drop. So if you take a day or a weekend to paint a wall, get your curtains up, do those things, it's honestly cheaper than a $5,000 price deduction. So that first impression is super important.
For sure. And even if they have limited time, you know, where people say, oh, like, you know, we need to get our house listed because we have another one that we want to buy. You know, even having us come in for 30 minutes to say, okay, put all that junk in a tote. Or I know I often coach my sellers to get totes or boxes and put in the garage. Like, unless your garage is like a fancy man cave that has, you know, the epoxied floor and all that, it's a garage.
Yeah.
Like, what more do we really need to see of it? So put your stuff in there and just fill totes so people can see your space.
And you're planning to move anyways.
Right.
Start moving.
Yep.
Start moving your stuff into the garage. Get it prepped. Get it out of the house. Your goal is to move. So let's pack it up like you're ready to move. So even the buyers, when they come in going, oh, they must be ready to move. They have their boxes packed. It's like, yes, that is their goal.
Yep.
So let's start here.
Yep. Box up your spoon collection, folks.
Yes.
It's time. It's time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another spooky thing is navigating the house hunt. And when we especially work with first-time home buyers, you know, regardless if it's what type of market, we saw a little bit of crazy this summer, spring. But people don't know where to start. And a lot of times we'll get the question of like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know where to start, or like what I need to do or whatever. And none of that should be scary. Like, that's what we love to do. That's, you know, where we can help coach you. And the first thing I know that we both do are buyer consults. And that can look totally different depending on where people are at. I know I have clients, I've never met them in person. They close this week since we're pre-recording, and I'll meet them when they come and get the keys. But we did a buyer consult over the phone. Some people will meet in person. We'll go on Zoom. You know, all kinds of different ways. But then we can walk through and, you know, find out what your goals are, what that looks like. They get to know us as agents, you know, our personality, and know they've got someone working for them.
Yeah, and along with the buyer navigating the home search with an agent, that also includes those for sale by owners out there, and those can be spooky.
Those are for sure spooky.
And many of the for sale by owners will use a buyer agent. Many. So it's always nice to have your buyer agent contact those sellers first, because honestly, it's a buyer beware state in North Dakota, and you want your research done. And there is a recent state law that changed that before you sign a purchase agreement with any seller, owner occupied under 4 units, has to have a property disclosure completed, and you have to see it as a buyer before you sign a purchase agreement. Otherwise, the contract could be null and void. So that's a new one that you just want to make sure that's covered.
Yeah, and good for sale by owners and for people to navigate. So
because those disclosures that weren't always completed, like you could walk into a home and never see a property disclosure, and then all of a sudden, oh, your basement's flooded.
Right.
Oh, they didn't tell you.
Right. Yeah, and your inspection's not going to cover everything.
No.
So and fun fact, again, if you are not familiar with Kim and I, she was my agent.
Yes.
I bought a for sale by owner with my agent.
Yeah, I actually was showing it to another client, worked with the seller, and as I was showing it to that client, I knew it wasn't the one for them. And they told me in that showing. So I just want people to know, like, as I'm helping other clients, I do have other clients, but they told me this is not, I knew it wasn't the home. So I'm like, okay, as I'm in this home, I texted Courtney. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in the home that you need to buy. So that's how it all worked out.
And I had seen it online, so it was for sale by owner, but I, with my real estate background, was like, oh, this is a forbidden fruit. It's for sale by owner, so I'm not even going to talk to Kimmy about it. So.
No, yeah, and that's what sometimes those buyers that know the rules of real estate, because all of us here have had, we grew up in real estate backgrounds with our parents being in real estate. We kind of know we don't go to the for sale by owners. Those are off limits. So.
Yeah. Open houses, private showings, I think that's, important too, because we've worked with people before. They're like, oh, we just open house hop. And it's like, yeah, those agents start knowing, that you're somewhere. You tell them that you're working with an agent. You're not going to get 50 phone calls like a lot of them get. I just worked with someone today, and they were like, I went to one open house, and they wouldn't stop calling me afterwards. And she's like, I told them and whatever. And it's nice. It's easy enough to say, hey, I'm working with Courtney. I'm working with Kim. I'm working with Rachel, whatever it is. Then they contact us.
And I honestly, as an agent, I appreciate it when those folks that go through my open house or even come to my website just tell me right off the bat, like, hey, I'm working with so-and-so. It's like, okay, thank you. I'm going to contact your agent then.
Yep.
Like, then I won't be calling you every other day, but I try not to do that anyways.
Yeah.
But it's like, I just don't want to waste your time. Don't waste my time. Let's just get on the right path right away. Like, just tell me. I don't care if you're working with another agent. I actually appreciate you telling me you're working with another agent if you are.
And especially when Kim contacts you and she's like, I've been thinking about you.
Yeah, I just did that. So sorry. Sorry to all my past clients that I just texted saying, I've been thinking about you and didn't sign my name. Oops.
Yeah. It's pretty personal. I don't, My insurance agent's never been like, I've been thinking about you. I was like, who's this?
Oh, gosh, that's embarrassing.
It was good.
Yeah, I didn't text you that, though. And then one last spooky thing is marketing your home and getting the right clients into your home. Again, with RE/MAX, we are the #1 name in real estate across the world. So we always like to say that because we do like to use the top technology, different ways of marketing your home. I know Courtney and I, we like to do the Instagram route, and we just feel that there is a better reach on certain ways of marketing your home that not every agent uses or utilizes. And I mean, not every agent is the same.
No.
That's how we're going to leave it. Bam.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
You've got, and then there are some agents that they're going to put a sign up in a lockbox and put on the MLS, and they're like, I'm done. And regardless if it's something that's going to sell in one day or if it's on the market for a while, we're still going to put that energy into it because it could sell one day, but we want you to get as many offers as possible.
Yep.
We want you to get, the coverage. Maybe that first offer is not going to be the best and it's going to fall through or what it might be. Like, we got to keep pecking away at it. Your home's not sold until the ink is dry.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, it is fun to play matchmaker, though. Like, if I know I have a seller who some people just don't like showings. Like, I get that. And I have a buyer, and this just recently happened where I'm like, hey, I know you want to market your home. Let's get it on the market. But like, can I show it in an hour? Because I have this client that I am showing her property to in an hour. It might be the one. And it was like, oh my gosh, matchmaker is so much fun sometimes to do it that way. And the sellers were appreciative because they didn't want to clean their home and get it ready for sale. So there are some times where it does happen that way. And we do have clients that are for that.
Yeah.
So, but then we also have clients that want multiple offers and want the maximum exposure, where then that price point really makes a difference.
Yeah. Pricing. Yeah. I think pricing and just having the recognition for it where, I can say we know a number of agents, not even just in our office, but we know what they're looking for because we've shown their properties. And if we need, it's nice to kind of, to be able to do that. So working, especially with sellers to say, I think I already have, I know of another agent too that maybe has somebody for you. Let's get them into your house. So marketing is kind of our jam. It's something we really enjoy doing. And because anybody can slap a sign up and grab a lockbox,
But along with the marketing, it's also the networking that we do. So the networking even outside of Grand Forks. So like we have a network of agents in Fargo and they have clients coming up here and vice versa, where we have a network of other agents we connect with.
Yep.
And even nationally, like going to the national conventions that we go to, like the REMAX convention and the CRS and the National Association of Realtor convention. It's networking is also a part of the marketing, where there's some agents that don't even go to the state convention,
Right.
let alone like that's a smaller convention to network with. So the marketing and networking kind of go hand in hand.
Yep.
Because we all, like when we're at these events, we talk about the marketing we do to help sell our homes to other agents to then connect with and bring it back here.
And say what works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think there's something too about being out there, and it's kind of lends to the seller piece, but as we're working with agents or with buyers, we like to go into houses. I think this summer, like I was like, tell me an address. I think I've been in it, because I just like I had a lot of people shopping a lot of homes, and so I didn't have 5 million buyers, but I had enough buyers that were looking at 5 million houses. so it's fun though, because you can kind of say, oh my gosh, this one's not for you, but I've been in it. And I can tell, and I did that with one I had for sale one time. I had a gal who was like, no townhouses, no. And finally, after she was getting frustrated, I said, can you just come look at this one that I've got listed? It's got a good feel. And she walked in and she was like, oh my gosh. And her daughter was like, I feel like we're at home. And I'm like, yes, like get in it and see it, because just because it's, looking on paper there's some real bad pictures out there.
There are. And you have to look beyond the photos, and sometimes there's really good photos, and then you get in and you're like, what?
Yeah. Yes.
I try to disclaim on my photos, because I do virtual staging sometimes, just because we can't get the furniture in, or it's -40 and I'm not going to make the furniture guys move furniture in. So then I virtual stage with a company, and I try to disclaim, like, hey, this is virtually staged photos.
Yes.
Please don't sue me.
Yeah, that couch doesn't live here all the time. But yeah, it's especially when you're working with people from afar. It's like, well, let me go into it, because maybe it smells like dead cats.
Yeah.
I don't know what dead cats smell like, but
I don't either, but just any stinky house is just not fun.
Let me do the sniff test for you.
That is also spooky.
That is super spooky. Oh my gosh, we should have done like the spookiest things we've seen in a house.
I do have one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have your.
Okay, so winter showing after 5 p.m. in North Dakota, it's dark out, and vacant home. The agent who was the realtor on it was like, hey, can you just text me after the showing and just give me your honest feedback why this home isn't getting an offer. And we're in the home, we go into the basement, again, dark winter, can't find light switches kind of a thing. And we found the laundry room, get in there, I turn the light on, and I look up at the rafters. I can't look up because my hat will fall off. I would chat. Yeah. So I look up and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a noose. And I ran out of that house screaming. And I told the buyer,
Toodaloo!
I'm like, can you shut the lights off when you come out? I'll be outside.
I'll be outside peeing my pants.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay. Because I mean, you get it kind of a precursor text, like, text me why this home isn't selling. So you're kind of looking around, and it's like, oh. And then actually I have another one. I have two stories. Another home, big home in the basement, unfinished basement, but it was a nice, beautiful big home. And I was trying to shut the lights off in the basement, and it kept turning back on. I'm like, what the hell? Is there a short? What is going on? Tried to shut the light off again, turns back on. And I like, fine, I'm leaving. I'm done. Like, we're out. It's a vacant house. Yeah. I don't care. I mean, I'll tell that agent I couldn't get a light off. Well, I get a text from another agent asking me how a showing went. And I said, hey, I was at this one too. Like, what did he tell me about this one? He goes, there was a suicide in the basement. Did you hear about that? I'm like, you're joking. Like, I was like, you're joking me, right? Yeah. He's like, no. I'm like, serious. I couldn't get the light off. He's like, yeah, that was probably the corner. I'm like, I'm done. I am done. So those are my two spooky Halloween stories.
Yeah. Yeah. There's that whole, like, there's the realtor safety, and then there's the, like, I mean, I'll like tell people, I'm like, yeah, you want to go down that crawl space, like toodaloo, have fun, enjoy yourself. Let me know how it is. Cause like, I am not about to find myself a spooky.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. There are times where I'm like, yeah, you can go check the basement out. Just let me know if the walls are caving in, but I am not going down there.
No, there's some that give you like the heebie-jeebies. I'm like, yeah, and especially like in the winter at night, and I don't know, man.
I know.
I've gotten weak.
I know. I like, and when the fall or winter comes around, I try not to schedule anything after 4:30 because I mean you can't see the outside anyway. So if you're gonna look in the wintertime, we do have to have afternoon, like Saturday showing. I mean, you kind of have to move it into the afternoon when it works in your schedule because you can't see the outside of the house.
No. I was doing one late on New Year's
pointless.
Eve or New Year's Day. It was like 7 o'clock on New Year's Day, and it was dark. And this house was kind of spooky, spooky. And yeah, it still kind of gives me the creeps. The house. And I told them, I was like, hey, I'm parked out front. You're parked out back. Can you just like stand right there while I get all the keys set? Because
Yeah, not a fan.
no. So oof.
Yep.
Okay. Did we get it? Hey, the kid. Hey,
Oh yeah, sorry, we're
fans
in
are
a
outside.
studio. So yeah, we got some kids running around, which is kind of that's what our life is.
yeah. Normally it would be like this morning I was on another radio and my son was like, Mom! I had to mute it. I was like, Mom! Yeah. Nobody knew.
Yeah. Nope.
Nobody knew. Okay, well, I hope that your guys' Halloweens are spook free.
Yeah, I know. But you want a little spook.
Okay, I don't. No.
Not the gory, bloody
I
spook.
pee my pants easily. I don't want any of that. No, I'm good.
No.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay, well, make sure with everything you do with Halloween, put a fork in it.
Yum, yum.
Yay. Have a great day.